Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain you about the few of the processes in the warehouse. So in the warehouse we have multiple types of the processes. When we talk about the warehouse management systems, we have the multiple types of processes: inbound process, outbound process, deconsolidation process. So when we talk about the very basic, so the first step, I will explain you what is the meaning of the inbound delivery. It's simple actually. Inbound delivery means inbound. Inbound means the goods are going to inside in our warehouse. Why the goods are coming to, why we have the goods actually, why we store the goods. The reason would be multiple reasons. Okay. So sometimes what happens, we receive the goods from the vendor or suppliers. I will explain you. Suppose if you're going to buy anything on the online shopping websites, very simple example. So online shopping website, when we have the very few of the big, very famous brands in the market, they have the e-commerce businesses in the market. So we go there, we pay, and we purchase the what we want, like goods from the websites. Okay. So that businesses, the e-commerce businesses, they have the warehouses actually. Warehouses. It depends upon the business to business. Some warehouses, they perform the production, manufacturing, okay? Or like for an example, we have the few of the integration parts. Integration part means like in the same warehouse, the multiple types of businesses we have in the warehouse businesses. So sometimes what happen, we deal with the normal processes like inbound delivery processes, outbound delivery processes. When we receive the goods from the supplier or vendor, when we want to store in our warehouse, this process we call inbound. When we receive the goods, after receiving the goods, when we sell the goods to the customers, then we call this is the outbound delivery process. Outbound means the goods are going out from our warehouse. And why we store the goods? The reason would be multiple. Business to business. Sometimes what happens, we store the goods. For an example, we have a warehouse, suppose, and we have also the very big e-commerce business where multiple supplier vendors, they put them products, and many customer, they come and they purchase the goods. Okay. So like it's a B2C, business to customer or business to business. We have also some of the websites, like for an example, suppose I sell some product. Okay, so I go there, I purchase in the bulk. Then when we purchase the bulk product, we need to store somewhere actually. So that's why we require one of the go down. It's a warehouse. Very simple. Go down warehouse. Okay. So the types of the warehouse could be very big, small, and we have the multiple processes inside the warehouse. Depends upon the requirement. Very simple. Suppose we receive some of the goods from the customer and we store them goods into the warehouse. Then we perform, before selling or before storing or before selling the goods to the customer, we perform some kind of polishing, some kind of greasing. Suppose we are dealing with the bearings, okay? The bearings for car engines or car bearings or truck bearings. We deal with the truck and car bearings, okay? So what we do, we receive the raw materials. Raw materials means dry, just simple dry bearing we receive from the vendor or supplier. We purchase in the less price. And I will explain you how we may improve the quality, the product price. So suppose I receive some of the bearings. We purchase some of the bearings, and then before storing the bearings in our warehouse and before selling the bearings to our customer, what we do, some process, we performing the labeling, we performing the greasing, we performing the oiling, we performing the packaging, we put that bearings in the beautiful box, beautiful like box, we provide the some good design, logo, stickers, everything. Then we place that bearing into our warehouse. So we purchase that bearing, raw bearings, in the very less price. We perform these kind of activities in the warehouse management or in the extended warehouse management. We call this is the, so what we do, we perform some kind of greasing, like oiling, some kind of package. We perform like good package, beautiful package, like attractive color, attractive logo. So we put the oiling in the dry bearings, raw bearings, and we do perform some kind of, we putting oiling. So this concept we call in the warehouse value added services. Means when we add the values to the particular product, how value is going to be increased to any product when we perform some activity. Okay, suppose you have some of the product. Okay, how the value will be improved, we need to perform some kind of good packaging. So it comes under the packaging process we call in the warehouse packaging specification. And then also one more thing I will tell you, explain you. So as I have explained, I am explaining you, we are dealing with the bearing. Okay, we purchase the dry raw bearing from the vendor or supplier. When they manufacture, we just take in our warehouse. Here we perform some more activities. So that bearings we purchase in the very less price. Then in our warehouse we performing the oiling, greasing. Okay, when you open any metal product, if you purchase, for an example, if you go to market, if you purchase cutting plier, very simple normal example I will give you. The cutting plier, electric cutting plier, if you purchase, okay, somewhere from the market, or any kind of like material, new screwdriver set if you purchase, okay, you see, if you touch that product, you see some kind of oil. Okay, so this oil we call this as the anti-rust oil. Okay, so we took the bearing, raw bearing from the vendor. Okay, dry bearings. Directly if I will put this bearing into my warehouse, then what happens, if rain will come, in the rainy times, every bearing or my every product, they will attract the moisture and rust. So when any material or any product they attracts the moisture or rust, then product value will be go very down. That's why we purchase the bearing. I'm trying to make you understand like a simple business process in inbound delivery. Okay, so when we receive the bearings, multiple bearings, I'm talking about warehouse businesses. Here we deal with the bearings like gears, okay, engine parts, multiple materials. Before placing that bearing into the almirah, which is almirah, like in our house we have the almirah where we put the clothes in the managed way. In the same we have in the warehouse, we call this is the storage type. Okay, and in our warehouse we have the almirahs. Almirahs has some sections, the parts. Here we put the cloth, here we put the some different item, perfumes, or here we can put some different items. In the same way we have in the warehouse, we call this is the storage bins, which holds the product. Okay, then what we will do, we purchase the raw dry bearing and we perform the anti-rust oil, greasing, beautiful packaging. Then we place the goods into our warehouse. Okay, this is the first example. And then we sell that product to the customers. Customer, like if you go any store, you want to buy some of the product bearing in the market, you want to buy 2 pieces, but in the store they have hundreds of pieces. Okay, so we sell them, like we have the multiple like businesses, so we sell them bearings. Okay, so when we perform these kind of activities, we place, when we sell to our customers, we add some more value because we added all this productivity we perform with the bearings. So very simple. When we add this process, then the product cost will go high. We can sell the same less price product which we purchase from the supplier or vendor. We sell this product in the high price after adding our benefits. This is the one example. We have the multiple kind of example because suppose we have a warehouse. In our warehouse we have the assembling area. Assembling area means production area. In the production area, what we do, we assemble the cars, different kind models of cars. In that cars we attach the wheels, we attach the engines, we attach the gate, electricity wires. Okay, so this is also nothing but a different kind of process. Like in the warehouse management, we may have different kind of like processes. So this is the short video about the benefits. The business could be multiple. We can have like multiple process, or we have the multiple process in the warehouses. If you want to understand the warehouse business process in a very simplest way, okay, this is very simplest way will be you can understand easily. Then see the videos, like, subscribe and get back to me. You can contact me via my phone number, via my mail ID. And if you want to learn some processes or from the basic EWM processes or advanced, you may reach to me, my dear friends. And also we provide the client visit. We visit to the client site, we gather the requirement, and our team, we gather the requirement, we perform the support to the customers in the very competitive price. Okay, and our goal is to make our each and every customers happier. Okay, so this is a very simple and very normal example about the warehouse management, inbound delivery and outbound delivery. Take the product from the vendor supplier, store it and sell it. Inbound, outbound. In between we can have multiple operation: packaging specification, counting, inventory management. But this is the simple thing, like simple process which I am going to explain you. Thank you very much guys, and get back to me if you require anything, any trainings, any kind of supports. If you want to understand any processes, then you can get back to me. Thank you very much guys. See you next.